Hello, welcome. My name is Valerie Jew. Thank you for joining me today. Our focus today is 2 restorative poses. The first restorative pose is legs up on the chair. It's not necessary to be on the floor. If you want, you can be on your couch, you can be on your bed, anything that's available. Comfort for the body is really important in restorative poses. This particular pose, when we elevate the legs, we're allowing the fluid, the heaviness in the legs to drain. We spend a lot of time seated and standing, so by elevating our legs above our heart, it allows for maybe that heaviness, that pain, the aching to go away. Also, the blood comes back to the heart. Those of you who are working with a lower back ache or middle or upper back, by elevating our legs, it takes the pressure off of the back body. So I have a folding chair here, but I also have another prop, and this prop is a footstool. Feel free to lay on the couch and use the side of the couch, the armrest, and prop pillows under your legs. In order to get into this pose, I'm going to sit sideways to the chair. And I'm gradually going to lift my legs up onto the seat of the chair, and you'll notice that the edge of the chair is toward me and the back of the chair is away from me. And as I come down, I'm going to lower my back body with my elbows and then bring my head down. Sometimes there are chairs that are too high for our legs, and it ends up kicking the legs up where the heels are up and only the calves are resting. So if that's the case, find something that's a little bit lower. When we have our legs up, you want to make sure to support all the way from just below the knee to the foot. And if you have a back on the chair, just slide those toes in underneath so that you have space for your feet. I'm going to roll up and show you the difference with the footstool that I brought today. So I'm going to move this chair. I'm going to bring the footstool onto my mat. And you'll see the difference in the elevation of my legs. So again, the restorative poses are so important as far as comfort, because the more comfortable we are, then our mind can release and relax. Same thing, sitting sideways, bringing my legs up onto the footstool, and then drawing my hips a little bit closer. I want this diagonal slant to be in my legs, allowing the back body to rest on the floor. And perhaps you see a little bit of a difference in how my body is shaped with this lower level. Bringing my head to the center, and if you need to, using a pillow to support your head, feel free to bring some support so that it levels out the head with the chest, instead of the chin toward the ceiling or the chin toward the chest. With my arms, let's let the upper arms relax beside the body. And for today, let's place our palms on our hearts. If this becomes uncomfortable for you, feel free to open the arms to the side, letting them be diagonal to the body. Bringing our hands back to our heart. Closing your eyes if it's available to you, and beginning to note where your breath is in your body. The end of your nose, under your hands, in your belly. I'm going to talk about your feet, and during this time, just noticing again where your breath is, and any part of your body that I mentioned, we're not fixing it or changing or altering it. We're just noting sensations, warmth, coolness, whether there's some tension or if it feels open. Noticing our toes, maybe just wiggling your toes for a moment, just feeling what is the top of my foot like, the bottom of my foot. Noticing the ball of our foot and the arch. Bringing our attention to our heels. Noticing the tops of our feet. And then coming down to the base or the sole of our foot. And I like to think about the sole of our foot, the S-O-L-E, but also the soul, S-O-U-L, like the soul of our body. Noting our right foot and noting our left foot. Taking a few moments to rest here. Noting any noises, and if there are distractions in your home, just letting those noises come in and go out. If you want to stay here in this particular pose, that's fine. I'm going to walk you into the second pose. So as I do, bend one knee, bring the base of your foot to the edge of the footstool or the pillows, and the other knee as well. Roll over onto your right side and use your lower arm as a pillow to your head, resting here for a moment, letting the top arm rest along the body and the hand on your hip. And then when you feel ready, using both hands to bring yourself up to a seated position, raising your head last and coming back to your mat. For this next pose, let's go ahead and move our footstool out of the way. I have 2 blankets beside me, so I'm going to grab those, and they're going to go right along the outside of my legs. And again, if you don't have blankets, you can use towels, you can use pillows, anything available to you at home. I'm going to come around and I'm going to sit with my feet on the ground, my knees bent. This particular pose is called a reclined cobbler's pose. And you'll see by the shape of our legs that it allows for the freedom and the openness of the belly and the abdomen, giving our digestive system a chance to really take care of what it does, digest our food. So if you're feeling any heaviness in your belly, any bloatedness, then you might want to use this particular pose, especially after meals. I'm going to lower myself down. And as I lower myself down, I'll just take my hands and draw these 2 blankets up beside me. I'm just going to roll them one more time so that when I place my knees out to either side, bringing the soles of my feet together, then I have quite a bit of a lift, not stress the groins or pulling there, but actually supporting both of my legs. This time I'm going to take my hands and I'll just place them right here on my inner thighs. And again, just checking my back, maybe lifting and lowering the shoulder blades, bringing the head back to center, using a pillow if I need one. And then closing my eyes if it's available to me. So closing your eyes if it's available to you, and if not, then a simple gaze toward the ceiling is absolutely fine. Coming back to our feet again, and just noticing the toes, maybe lightly tapping them, tapping the toes of the left foot and the right foot together. And then releasing that and feeling the ball of the foot together, the left foot, the right foot. And then imagining that space right where the arches are. And if we took our finger and traced that, it might be like an oblong with the meeting points at the ball of the foot and the other one close to the heels. Our heels are together, noticing the tops of our feet, the bottoms of our feet, again, the soles of our feet, the soles of our body, S-O-U-L. Bringing our attention to our ankles, our calves, the bend of our knees, noticing our upper thighs, feeling our hands right where our thighs meet our hips, sort of a little valley there. Breathing in and breathing out, Where do you feel your breath now? Through the end of your nose, in your lungs, in your belly, filling and emptying. When you feel ready to come out of this pose, bring the knees together, feeling the soles of the feet on the floor. Every part of a pose is really important, so spend time here. Don't rush out of the pose. I'm going to take this blanket here on my right hand side and move it out of the way. I'm going to roll over onto my right side using my arm under my head as a pillow. My left arm is along the side of my body and my hand is resting on my hip. You may want to stay on your side body for a moment, and then again using my hands to push up into a seated position. Come to a seated position, and for a moment closing your eyes, maybe placing your hands right on each of your knees. Just feel how the knees shape the hands and how the hands are already in that particular shape to hold the knees. And then gently opening your eyes. Take your time with each restorative pose. They're meant to bring a sense of relaxation and to ease all the parts of your body, to slow the breath, to bring a simple feeling to all of our parts of our body. Thank you for joining me today. Goodbye.